Hey guys, very good afternoon, आप सभी को. And for this particular session, this is the one of the last live class. And a very good afternoon. I've arranged the setup. Let me have some lights and then we will start. कुछ lights arrange कर लेते हैं, थोड़ी बेहतर हो जाएगी. And I believe I'm audible. मेरी आवाज़ जो है वो आपको आ रही है. Okay, last day revision topic. Okay, so first of all information है, there is an information. If you download your admit card again, now the centers are visible. Many students informed me that sir, we have downloaded our admit card now and centers are visible. So morning में मैंने वीडियो बनाया था कि centers visible नहीं है. So first of all the information is that after this session आराम से take this session, download your admit card again. Okay, download your admit card again, and this time you have your center. They have given you center. तो सबसे पहले तो डाउनलोड कर लो एडमिट कार्ड को. सेंटर आ गया है. नो नीड टू वरी, नो नीड टू पैनिक. नाउ द इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज वी आर गोइंग टू डील विद सम लास्ट इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स. लास्ट इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक से डील करेंगे. टाइम कम है. आई वॉन्ट यू टू जस्ट टेक द नोट ऑफ दीज थिंग्स एंड बी प्रिपेयर्ड. सो चलिए आइए दोस्तों. सबसे पहले सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट, वन ऑफ द फर्स्ट एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, Wordsworth Prelude. We all know that Prelude is in total 14 books. 13 books by Wordsworth. Last book is added by his wife. Prelude has 14 books. What are the most important books? So please remember book 5. I was going through PYQs and this question is asked 2 times. Book 5, Wordsworth sees a dream. The dream of an Arabian, a Arab person. That person has a shell and rock. Wordsworth thinks it is a book. So he sees a dream of an Arab person. He has a shell and a rock and the book. Another thing, book 9, French Revolution. In which book of Prelude Wordsworth talks about his time, his travel, his journey of France? Book 9. Please don't forget these books. They'll simply ask the question. जो अभी last NET exam में question आ चुका है. So the question was, in which part of Prelude Wordsworth sees a dream of an Arab with a shell and a rock? So that's a question. Book 5. रट्टा मार दो. दूसरा इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन दैट आई वाज चेकिंग, दूसरा इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है. मुझे जुकाम हो गया एक्चुअली मौसम चेंज की वजह से. ओके, यू कैन सी दैट जॉर्जियन पोइट्स, पीपल मेक मिस्टेक. व्हाई? 1702 to 1714, Queen Anne. Okay, we all know that Queen Anne. And after 1714 to 1726, then other ages. There are 3 kings: George, George, George. So sometimes people make a mistake. Georgian poets, they think that they are pre-romantic poets. This is the mistake that most of the people do. So please remember, the Georgian poets are not the pre-romantic or the Augustan poets. These Georgian poets were under the rule of George V. So most of these poets are either war writers or the writers are under this man, George V, George Pancham. So first thing, the question in NET exam was that who has edited the Georgian Poets magazine. So they had their own magazine. Harold Munro and Edward Marsh, these are the editors. Please note it down. D.H. Lawrence, Rupert Brooke, Siegfried Sassoon, John Masefield, John Drinkwater, they are the members. So what was the question? The question was tough question था, और ये था कि इनमें से कौन एडिटर है जॉर्जियन पोइट्स की मैगजीन का. सो प्लीज रिमेंबर दे हैड द एंथोलॉजी ऑफ जॉर्जियन पोइट्स. इनकी मैगजीन थी एंथोलॉजी ऑफ जॉर्जियन पोइट्स. रिमेंबर दीज 2 पीपल वर द एडिटर्स. ये पेपर में आया था. दिस इज नॉट द पार्ट ऑफ डायरेक्ट सिलेबस, सो समटाइम्स व्हेन दीज क्वेश्चंस कम स्टूडेंट गेट पैनिक्ड. मेक श्योर यू चेक दैट. This writer, Moyan, 2012 Nobel Award. 2012 Nobel Award, Moyan. Please remember this thing. This is his best work. Red Sorghum Clan. Sorghum is a kind of wine in China. He writes most of his books dealing with wine or drinks or modern lifestyle. Another famous work by Moyan is The Republic of China. So make sure you remember that. Republic of China. I'm sorry. It's not Republic of China. I went in flow. It is Republic of Wine. Republic of Wine, and Red Sorghum Clan. Now, why this writer is very, very important? First thing, this writer is called Chinese reply to French Kafka. इस राइटर को बोला जाता है कि दिस इज द चाइनीज रिप्लाई to French Kafka. Means he is called French Kafka of China. Okay. Second thing, Moyan is the pseudonym. Moyan means don't speak. So they'll simply say that there is a Nobel awardee writer who used to write with the line Moyan. Moyan means don't speak. Let me see how many of you are live. It's the last day. 134 students are like. Come on, guys, go for likes. Come on, my dear friends, go for likes. Now, Moyan, Chinese writer, 2012 Nobel Award. Imagine in English literature syllabus, we have Chinese writers. They can ask questions. When we take reference of Chinese writer, please write down this person also. The American writer, Pearl S. Buck. Pearl S. Buck, famous work, The Good Earth, Pulitzer Award. This writer, she used to live in China and write in Chinese. In fact, she accepted a Chinese name, Zhao Xingxian. Pearl S. Buck, American writer, famous writer, Pulitzer Award, The Good Earth, written on Chinese market and Chinese villages. Very important work. Title aa chuka hai paper mein. Let's go for the next one. You are getting new knowledge, new points. They can save you. All these questions have been taken from PYQs. I was going through and I was thinking कि मैं कौन से questions last minute जरूर करवाऊं. I selected those questions that last minute I must teach these questions to my students. It can save you. एक question भी आ गया ना. From this session, even if we get one question, it will be successful, fruitful. Come on, guys. Vladimir Prop. Okay, मैंने मिटाई दिया इसको. चलो मिटाई देते हैं. Okay, let's go for this. Vladimir Prop. Famous writer, Morphology of Folktale, also connected to Russian formalism. Remember the structuralism theory we have taught? Russian formalism. This man, the important thing about this person is that he deals with the idea of narratology. Please write down this thing. He deals with the idea of narratology. The idea of narratology. And this writer came with 7 major functions and 31 small functions. 7 major functions, 31 small functions to read a short story. In my offline and online batch, we have written the important small functions, major functions. He came with the idea of reading the short story. In exam, they will ask a question that out of all these Russian formalist writers or theorists, who gave the idea of reading a short story using 7 major functions and 31 small functions? Or Vladimir Prop, Morphology of the Folktale, deals with some major functions, some small functions to read something. So read short story or how many functions, how many things are there by Vladimir Prop. Make sure you remember that. Ratta maar do doston. 7 major functions, 31 small functions to read a story. Hero, heroine, villain, anti-hero, these characters. Don't forget this. Please remember this one. Sign theory. When people prepare for sign theory, they actually miss this thing. C.S. Peirce sign theory. According to him, I know thoda fast too, I know. I have to save your time. 154 students, come on, like. चलो थोड़ा पानी पी लो. मुझे भी ऐसा आई एम टेलिंग यू ना एंग्जाइटी में बताओ, बट आई ऑल्सो फील लाइक कि कम समय में कितना पढ़ा दूं. चलो, first thing, we know the idea of semiotics. Sign, signifier, signified. Sign, signifier, signified. That is the idea of semiotics. इसे क्या बोलते हैं? Semiotics. But this man, he did a special study of sign. What is a sign? So in semiotics, sign is dead. He said, but sign has 3 categories. Means icon, index, symbol. Icon, index, symbol. 3 sign of sign theory. Sign can be divided in 3 parts according to C.S. Peirce. This is called C.S. Peirce sign theory. For example, iPhone. the half bitten apple, iPhone का sign, apple sign, that is icon, index, school, dress, police, uniform, geometry box, one word which speaks a lot, sweets. When you say sweets, index means gulab jamun, jalebi, rasgulla, pani puri, sorry, imarti. And my favorite is gulab jamun. When you get JRF or net, come with gulab jamun. Index means one word that speaks for a category. Dress, uniform, any uniform, school uniform, army uniform, police uniform. Symbol, rose. Rose, symbol of love. Red rose. White rose, symbol of peace. Then please remember C.S. Peirce sign theory, icon, index, symbol. पेपर में आ जाएगा आइकन क्या है. This one icon, Nike, Puma, that tiger, and Apple, and icon में और क्या क्या आता है? Any icon, you know more than me. Index you know, symbol you know, right? If you did not know this, like the video now. Every day you're learning, my dear friends. Only learning can save you in life. J.L. Austin speech act theory, also connected to Bhartrihari's Phota Siddhant. In Indian aesthetics, same concept is connected to Bhartrihari's Phota Siddhant. In exam, Sphota has also been asked. Sphota theory. Theory is in Hindi Siddhant. Bhartrihari, Indian aesthetic, that is also asked. J.L. Austin speech act, that is same. Any speech or any utterance which is not followed by an action is not a speech at all. Any speech which is not followed by an action or reaction is not a speech at all. You go to your classroom, you say stand up. Your students don't listen to you. You say stand up. Nobody listens to you. You speak stand up 100 times. Nobody listens to you. It means your speech is not being followed by an action, reaction. It means in that context, your speech is not speech. Sphota is same thing. Sphutan, utterance and action. So please remember Bhartrihari concept and J.L. Austin. When I teach this thing in my offline class, we take complete session on these kind of things. In detail study. So please take a note. Bhartrihari's Phota Siddhant, J.L. Austin's speech act theory are the same thing. Then please remember this thing. Obasan, World War II, nuclear. Joy Kogawa himself faced the nuclear attack and faced the life in Japan after nuclear attack. So in this work, Obasan, he has talked about this. The story is written from 5-year-old boy perspective. In offline batch, when we were done with syllabus and dealing with all the Japanese writers, this was the last writer I added in the notes. Joy Kogawa. Please remember famous work Obasan. Question of net exam aa chuka hai. Stories narrated from the 5-year kids point of view. Please take that seriously. बहुत important है, भूलना नहीं. Joy Kogawa. And all the students जिन्होंने अभी तक last moment, if you have not read this man, Haruki Murakami from Japan, famous work Kafka on the Shore. Haruki Murakami, Kafka on the Shore. अगर आपने अभी तक नहीं पढ़ा है, do it now. And just like that, Kazuo Ishiguro, Remains of the Day. अगर अभी तक नहीं किया है, do it now. If you have not done these two books from Japanese literature is not in direct syllabus. But when I teach my students, I teach them and there are questions in exam. This man has been asked. Joy Kogawa has been asked. Please read these people. If I have to go to exam, I will not go without reading these people. Now, get back. Last moment topic है, बचा लेगा आपको. See, the problem is sometimes student miss by 2 percentile, 3 percentile. This time it's one shift. So there are chances that it will be in percentage. This time we will have percentage system, no percentile system. You must be damn good. But what if you just missed it by 1 mark? So make sure you do not take these things lightly. Who is guiding you the last moment? मैं कर रहा हूँ. इतने एग्जाम देखें, इतने पेपर देखें. I'm telling you, जैसे होता है ना somebody, एक मेरे पास अपना कोई रोबोट हो ना, मैं उसको बोलूं बेटा ये नहीं किया ना तो मत जाना एग्जाम, डोंट वेस्ट मनी, सो प्लीज फिनिश दीज थिंग्स. Intertextuality, Julia Kristeva. When we study text in structuralism and deconstruction, he says taking references of text, textual analysis. एक टेक्स्ट को रीड करने के लिए दूसरा टेक्स्ट तीसरा टेक्स्ट का हेल्प लेना, दैट इज इंटरटेक्चुअलिटी. व्हेन यू अंडरस्टैंड वन टेक्स्ट बाय टेकिंग रेफरेंस ऑफ मल्टीपल टेक्स्ट, दैट इज इंटरटेक्चुअलिटी. इन शॉर्ट, व्हेन यू रीड अ पोइट्री you don't understand, so you go for the explanation of the poetry by someone else, explanation of poetry by someone else, reading multiple references, then you understand, that is intertextuality. I teach UPSC classes. There are some tough questions. To understand the answer of that tough question, I take references of multiple books, multiple PDF, costly books. So taking reference from multiple books to get a clear idea, that is intertextuality. Very important. नाम मत भूलना, इन आंटी जी का नाम मत भूलना, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट आंटी है. नेक्स्ट वन, पॉल स्कॉट, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. राज क्वार्टरेट, दिस मैन इज अ बुकर अवॉर्डी. पॉल स्कॉट ये बुकर अवॉर्डी है. Raj Quadrate deals with Indian books. He's a white person but writes about India. One of his famous work we have is I don't know, it's not visible, right? One of his famous work we have is Staying On. Question in exam. Name the book that deals with the Britisher family living in India, suffering from the nostalgia of past imperial glory. Suffering from nostalgia of past imperial glory. In short, Staying On is a story about a family that decides to live in India after independence of India, and how they are having that glimpse and nostalgia of past imperial glory. Staying On by Paul Scott has won Booker Award. मत भूलना इसको. इसके बाद हमारी बारी आती है नेक्स्ट बुक की. नेक्स्ट बुक है रट्टा मारने के लिए. Existentialism, mostly students don't read. They don't know about existentialism. So we have many writers. Jean Paul Sartre है, Soren Kierkegaard है, and others हैं, बहुत सारे हैं. But I brought you these writers, so please remember this. William Barrett, Irrational Man. Martin Heidegger, Being in Time. Friedrich Nietzsche, Beyond Good and Evil. Apart from these writers, Jean Paul Sartre. Works Saint Jene. Then we have done Albert Camus. In my other live classes, exam time special class, we have done Albert Camus, Stranger. So these writers are very important. Those who are watching it first time, we have done 2 more classes like this. Check my YouTube channel, subscribe it, watch those videos also. Mug it up. The writers dealing with existentialism: Jean Paul Sartre, Albert Camus, William Barrett, Irrational Man, Martin Heidegger, Being in Time. Multiple questions in NET exam. Friedrich Nietzsche, Beyond Good and Evil, 2 to 3 questions. William Barrett, Irrational Man, just 1 question. I took this reference from the UGCNET exam only. Now, once again, those who want to learn like this, those who want to get offline video classes at home, we have initiated offline video classes. I am already giving you a lot of information about this. I have some more information. We have more classes. अभी हम और पढ़ेंगे. It is in between a kind of advertisement. Okay? ध्यान से देख लो, करना पड़ता है पेट के लिए. ये भी ऑफिस से ऑर्डर आता है कि सर लाइव क्लास पढ़ाओगे तो ये भी बता देना. ओके, सो वी हैव पेन ड्राइव कोर्स, ऑफलाइन बैच वीडियो क्लासेस मिलेगा. अब इसमें कुछ खुलासे हुए हैं, कुछ एड ऑन है. नंबर 1, इन पेन ड्राइव कोर्स, फर्स्ट थिंग, कंप्लीट ऑफलाइन बैच वीडियोज प्लस पेपर 1 ऑफलाइन वीडियोज. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आपको ऑफलाइन वीडियोज में इंग्लिश और पेपर 1 मिलेगा. पेपर 1 कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री है, फ्री है. नंबर 2, सपोर्ट ऑनलाइन बैक. यहां पे क्या होगा, जूम सेशंस होंगे, बिकॉज इन ऑफलाइन क्लास स्टूडेंट्स आर इन फ्रंट ऑफ मी. If you take offline classes through pen drive, you will get the same lectures, but sometimes you want to talk. So regular Zoom sessions होंगे, primarily 2 Zoom session होंगे in a week, 2 hours Zoom session face to face to support the backup. All the live video classes or online video classes means ऐसा नहीं होगा. It will not be like that you have taken pen drive, so now we don't talk. No, taking the offline pen drive course, you will be equally getting all the benefits of online class. Live classes like this, PDF classes, video classes, and exclusive dedicated Zoom session for offline pen drive course. Now there is an offer. First 500 students who are going to join pen drive course will get 12 months subscription. In Delhi, it's 1,20,000, 5 months. Here you're going to get 12 months in a very minimum amount. So first 500 students, 12 month, 6 months course, 6 months free of cost. You will have the membership for 12 months, and there are a lot of other references. बहुत सारे etc benefits हैं, जिसमें सेट के नेट के पेपर हैं. For all these things, simply what you can do is, all you have to do, you can call my office now. They are there. आप उनको कॉल कर सकते हो. Now I'm going to change the number here. Earlier I was giving my number, but now you can just call them. They will help you. You can talk to them regarding the charges, procedure, and everything. Till now, 78 admissions are done. Registrations are done 800 plus. 800 plus registrations, 78 admissions are done. First 500 admissions will get 12 months subscription. ये offer purpose है. Call them now. Now let's go for topic. Come on. Nikolai Gogol. Overcoat पढ़ लो, बहुत important story है. That's very very important. The name of the character is Akaki. ये important story है that deals with Russian realism. Along with that, reference of Nikolai Gogol, this name reference, it comes in Jhumpa Lahiri's famous work. Jhumpa Lahiri's famous book Namesake. Please take a reference of Gogol, Namesake and Jhumpa Lahiri that has been asked in exam. इसको नहीं भूलना है. Read Overcoat. Overcoat is very very important. Then going for the other writers, these two writers have repeatedly been asked in exam. Multiple questions. W.K. Wimsatt, Monroe Beardsley. These writers have written a famous work, Verbal Icon 1954. In this work, they have coined the term intentional fallacy, affective fallacy. Paper में question कैसे आता है? How they are asking question? They'll simply say, intentional fallacy is a term coined by. Affective fallacy is a term coined by. Or intentional fallacy, affective fallacy, these terms appear in book, Verbal Icon. Verbal Icon written by. So please mug this up. Multiple questions there in NET exam. Then this one, the terms which have been asked in exam and troubled students. First thing, incunabula. This is very very important. Incunabula is a word used for the books which were printed in early 25-30 years of printing press. Now, printing press came in 1476. We all know William Caxton. Caxton brought printing press in 1476. From 1476 to 1500, all the books which were published, printed, these books are called incunabula. If you did not know that, like the video now. Incunabula is a word applied to the books printed in the first 25-30 years of printing press. So that's very important. Paper में simple सा question आएगा. Thomas Mallory, Morte d'Arthur, 1485 is an example of incunabula. Please remember this. Second thing, invective. Invective is a style where you abuse someone using praising words. आप किसी को abuse कर रहे हो using praising words. You are using words to praise. It looks like that you are going to praise that person, but you are not. You are actually abusing that person. कैसे? How? Oh, great. So, oh, great is praising. Fool. Hey, mahan मूर्ख. सुना है घर में? You must have heard like this. Sometimes people get irritated and they say, hey, mahan मूर्ख. Why they say mahan? Oh, great fool. Oh, great is praising word. And then there is a sudden fall, fool. Shakespeare's Timon of Athens has the great example. Shakespeare's Timon of Athens has great example of. Shakespeare's Timon of Athens has great example of invective. Shakespeare's Timon of Athens. Remember, Timon of Athens deals with false friends. He says, most soothing bears, times flies, most smiling soothing walls, most trusted parasites. So good words, bad words, good word, bad words. That is invective, a literary style to abuse. मैं वैसे फनी एग्जांपल दे सकता था बट क्लास है तो मैं फनी एग्जांपल नहीं दूंगा. आई विल नॉट गिव द फनी एग्जांपल. बट देन कम्स अपोरिया. Aporia is the part of deconstruction theory. In deconstruction theory, Derrida says that when you write and try to get the meaning in the text, sometimes you are not able to get the meaning and you get confused. Sometimes you are reading something and you get confused. All the philosophical books lead you to confusion. George Eliot reading Benedict de Spinoza's Ethics got confused. If you read philosophy, religious books, sometimes they'll confuse. They will say God does everything. Then why are you studying? Why I have to teach? We believe in God, right? So if there is a JRF written in your destiny, अगर आपकी किस्मत में JRF है, तो मैं नहीं पढ़ाऊंगा तो भी JRF होगा. So if you have JRF in your destiny, so whether you go to exam or not, you will get a JRF. Then why are you going to the exam? Why don't you sit back at home and let the God decide? When God is saying, and the books are saying that God does everything. Those who are believers, what happens? किस्मत का लिखा कोई नहीं पलट सकता. I never wanted to be a teacher. I became a teacher. I used to hate teaching. Now I love teaching. Yesterday I saw a meme on Instagram. I have my personal Instagram also. You can join my personal Instagram. Professor Vineet Pandey, the author. The meme was, जो आलू आप सब्जी खरीदते समय निकाल के रख देते हैं वही आलू आपको समोसे और पानी पूरी में मिल जाता है. यानी कि जो आपकी किस्मत में है वो आपको मिलेगा ही मिलेगा. So when you go to buy potatoes, you pick some rotten potatoes and you leave those potatoes away. The same potatoes come to you in your French fries, in your burger. If it is in your destiny, you're going to get it. That's the point. So it leads you for confusion. The state of confusion in deconstruction theory has been called aporia. Aporia means state of confusion, moment of undecidability. Deconstruction theory, Jacques Derrida, ratta maar do. Yeah, I'm not teaching. Remember this. Those who are watching it for the first time, my dear students, if you're watching it for the first time, alert, I am not teaching. This is not I teach the way I teach. It is limited time, maximum knowledge to hit the exam, to hit the bull's eye. This is capsule content. If I will teach, I will take 30 minutes lecture only on aporia, right? Now, interpolation. Interpolation is a theory. Interpolation is a theory when a writer writes and adds something in the other writer's work. Suppose you have written your book. But there is another writer. He has written one paragraph. Book writer 1, but paragraph writer 2. That is interpolation. Best example. पेपर में कैसे सवाल आएगा? पेपर में दिल से give you the example. Macbeth written by. Don't tell me you don't know Macbeth written by. अगर कोई ऐसा है कि मैकबेथ का नहीं पता है तो भाई साहब जीरो लेवल पे हो आप. Macbeth written by Ben Jonson, Congreve, Shakespeare. Macbeth has Porter scene. Macbeth has famous vulgar scene, Porter scene. It's a vulgar scene. It is believed by the critics that Macbeth's Porter scene is not written by Shakespeare, it is written by Thomas Nash. So they say that Macbeth's Porter scene has been written by Thomas Nash. Macbeth's Porter scene written by Thomas Nash. Complete book written by Shakespeare. One scene written by Thomas Nash. Philip Massinger we used to do that. Beaumont and Fletcher used to do that. Cyril Tourneur, John Ford, they used to do that. Vanbrugh Congreve, they used to do that. This writer, Lewis Theobald, he used to do that. So there were writers, they would write for each other. Even the first tragedy written by two writers. So they are also having the example of interpolation. Next one, Ratta Marna hai. French writer, greatest writer of modern age. Famous work In Search of Lost Time. The the Bible of Character Study कहते हैं. The book is called The Bible of Character Study. 3,200 pages, 2,000 characters in 7 volumes. In Search of Lost Time, called Bible of Character Study. 2,000 characters. Mug this up. It's an exam. It has been asked in exam. Marshal Proust, French writer. 3200 2000. Now, André Gide, normally as a writer he is not important, but André Gide is immoralist. André Gide, immoralist, has been taken as an example by Edward Said in Culture and Imperialism. Again, a question from PYQs. André Gide, French writer, Nobel awardee, his famous work, The Immoralist, used by Edward Said in his Culture and Imperialism. Very important work. Again, mug it up. Harold Bloom, Anxiety of Influence, 1973. Mug this up. Title very, very important. It is actually written in a kind of reply to tradition and individual talent. This work is called a reply to T.S. Eliot's Tradition and Individual Talent. Mug this up. Ratta maar deska. Mug this up now. Then comes 2 writers that you have to read. अगर नहीं पढ़ा है, if you haven't read this person till now, do it now. Ice Candyman. They'll simply say Ice Candyman was published in India under the title. So please remember the India Awakening and also called Cracking India. India Awakening or sometimes called Cracking India. So these are the titles. Check that. Baap se Sidwa, Ice Candyman, very important writer. Ismat Chugtai, Lihaf. Very important work. Rabbu, Begamzan, Ismat Chugtai. This work deals with shadows and symbols. ये पढ़ लो. इनके बिना एग्जाम में मत जाना. सादत हसन मंटो. Famous work Toba Tek Singh. Do you know in Pakistan there is a village with this name Toba Tek Singh? बहुत important है, पढ़ना है. Mug this up. Last day है. I am not going to overburden you, but you have done well. You have really prepared well. Repeating once again, my dear friends, just revise. Give them 1 hour, 1.5 hour enough. आएगा पेपर में बहुत बढ़िया. ना आए कोई बात नहीं. ठीक है? But please don't take any kind of tension. Repeating once again, admit cards, re-download karo. Now they are showing centers. So re-download your admit cards to get your proper centers. No need to panic. All the students who wanted to have proper learning, if you ever craved for proper learning, उत्तराखंड सेट एग्जाम भी आ गया है. तो अगर आपको लगता है कि काश मैं बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ूं, the way he teaches, if you are in offline classes or online classes, you will get everything. Now offline classes will be available at your doorstep. As I told you, you will get complete offline video classes. You will also get the paper 1 complete offline video classes with complete online backup plus all support, PDF and everything with Zoom sessions. Now, if you are in first 500 students, you will have the 12 month subscription. 6 महीने के साथ 6 महीने free. So this is your call. Go for your exam, rock the paper, and If you like this session, please like the video, subscribe the channel. Thank you so much and best of luck. Best of luck. Rock the exam. God bless you.